So basically, how did I make $198 trading CRM put options? So looking at CRM at 1420. Let's see, CRM. Just right here. 1420. On the 30-minute time chart, 1420. Not this candle, but this candle right here. So basically what I did, I played put options on CRM as soon as it approached the 50-day moving average, waited for a rejection by the 50-day moving average, and then at 14:30 I sold out the position, making a gain of $198 trading a couple of CRM put options. So this trade was pretty much easy, and basically this is how you guys could do it if you guys want to use this strategy of mine. But basically this is what I do. So basically what I try to do is I try to use the moving averages as entry points. So depending on how the chart is looking, right, I'll try to analyze if I should play calls or puts. So basically I'll use the 9, 20, 50, 180 and 200-day moving averages as my entry points to get in and get out. So for example, let's say you played this very same candle like I did, and you basically waited for CRM to approach the 50-day moving average, wait for a rejection. What's the next thing that you could do to know when to sell out your position is that you could use the moving averages. So once the CRM gets rejected by the 50-day moving average, try to wait for the next candle and see if it can go back and land on the 20-day moving average, or if it can land on the 180 or 200-day moving average. If it lands on the 20-day moving average, that's your exit point. If it lands on the 180 or 200-day moving average, that's your exit point. Basically, you're trying to use the moving averages as your entry points to get in, get out. And also another way that if you guys don't want to use the moving averages as your as your exit points, right? Try to mentalize your percentage target. That's the second way that you can know when to get out your position or when to sell out your position. So what I mean by that is, I try to aim for either a 5 or 10% gainer throughout the day. And basically today I aimed for a 9.43% gainer. It was close to the 10% target of today. So I was like, okay, it's close to the 10% target. I'm just going to sell out the position and move on to the next trade. And basically, when it's time to, once you see your position, its percentage target reach either 10, 20, 30, 40%, etc., that's when you know when to sell out. So basically try to mentalize that in your head that once you're, where it says 9.43%, so basically whatever your percentage target is for that day, try to sell out as soon as it hits that percentage target that you have already mentalized in your head. Now, another way that you could do, right, is for when to cut, when it's time to sell out your position and take a loss. Basically try to aim for a number in your head like, oh, I'm ready to take a 10% loss, a 20% loss, whatever your risk tolerance level is. So for me personally, if I'm not feeling really confident in the trade, I'll just take a 10% loss, move on to the next trade, because I know if I keep on holding on to that position, I'm just going to straight up lose. And at this point, I'm just basically hoping for the best, which could happen, and at the same time that's probably a slim chance that it won't even happen. So I want to take the 10. I'd rather take the 10% loss instead of taking a 50 100% loss. Like, I don't want to wait and find out if I'm right. I rather just know when to cut my losses at and just move on to the next trade. There's always, opportunities out there waiting for, you to either, get in and get out and make more money than the loss that you already took. So, and the third way you could I guess you could manage your risk tolerance level is personally what I would do. Basically, if I see that, if I see that the chart isn't looking like good, right? Like let's say, CRM. Okay, let's see. So let's say I bought CRM put options as soon as it approached the 9-day moving average, because the previous candles, 1, 2, 3 candles got rejected by the 9-day moving average. And then let's say all of a sudden it decides to break above the 9-day moving average. What you can do is you can dollar cost average. And basically what you're doing is okay, let's say you bought CRM put options as soon as it approached the 9-day moving average. The next target that you would buy more CRM put options is when it approaches the 180 or 200-day moving average. And then let's say, for whatever reason, it breaks through it, right? Okay, what you're gonna do next is you can either buy more CRM put options when it approaches the 20-day moving average, or when it approaches the 50-day moving average. And basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to use the moving averages as your entry points in a way, but like in a safe way. Well, really, there's no safe way when it comes to trading, but this is what I usually do sometimes, when I'm trying to play it safe for the day. And basically, let's say you bought, your third time here, CRM put options when it approached the 50-day moving average, and it did get rejected by the 50-day moving average. Your position, instead of being basically your position will be in the green a lot more faster. Just to keep it simple, it will be in the green a lot more faster if you do it like how I just explained to you guys. So basically try to play, if it breaks a certain moving average, wait until it approaches that next moving average. And if it breaks that moving average, okay, wait until until CRM, for example, approaches that next moving average. So, and then let's say it just decides to break all of the moving averages. Okay, know when it's time to cut your losses. Mentalize that in your head when, if it's not going your way, you already know when to cut your losses at, whether it's being down 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. Whatever your max loss that you want to take, have that mentalized in your head, because not all the times will this specific strategy, just like any other strategy, won't work out all the time. So basically those are 3 ways you can manage your risk tolerance level. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys want to sign up with Webull, you can sign up with my Webull link located in the description below or in my IG bio. So that is pretty much it. This is not financial advice. As always, take care. Bye.